On this episode of Close Up, I get to hang out one-on-one with the newly returned 5-tool player, Anthony Bowens. Anthony Bowens, the 5-tool player in the hot seat. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired. I'm tired this morning, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited to be back. It was a nice 3-month, I wouldn't say vacation because I was training hard, very, very hard to get back for this. But it was nice to get the body a rest, but I'm back in the groove of things and
what
ready
all
to go.
did you do in these 3 months?
Well, I should have went on vacation because I haven't had any time off in, 5 years, I think?
It adds up and it goes by fast.
It does.
Yeah.
But I entered an NFL training camp at a facility.
What?
Yes. There's a facility outside of Los Angeles called Proactive Sports Performance.
Okay.
And 5 days a week, we were training our ass off.
Who else was in this? Like, was it regular, like other football players?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, Chase Claypool, Zach Charbonnet, like elite athletes that I was trying to keep up with.
You should have gone and done the ayahuasca trip with Aaron Rodgers.
That would have been very interesting.
Unlock some other things.
That would have been very, very interesting.
Wow.
I have other ways of doing that, though.
Fair. Fair enough.
But we were doing that 5 days a week. We would do agility at the field for an hour, hour and a half, and then we'd go straight to the facility for weight training.
Oh.
It was very, very draining. It was one of the most challenging things I've ever done, and it's reshaped the way I work out, because I typically did standard bodybuilding type workouts.
Sure.
And now that feels very boring. So I have to do this whole dynamic.
Now you're doing athletic training.
Yes.
Did that feel, I don't know what baseball training is really like, but did it feel a little bit more similar to that kind of team system kind of, that kind of?
Very, very team atmosphere, because there was players from all over the NFL that were there, and it was a very family-oriented space. Not so much baseball training, even though in college they ran us more like a track team
when
I played in college. But it was a very team-oriented thing, and it felt good to have that kind of vibe back.
What was the take on them accepting a pro wrestler into their worlds?
They were very excited, especially when I brought in the tag belt and the trios belt. They got, you could see the kids in them come out, and a lot of them were wrestling fans growing up. It took a little bit to kind of you got to earn your respect, earn your keep there. And once they knew I was serious about what I was doing, and also I can, keep up with them.
How did you get in there? Is it I couldn't just go in? What did you do?
No, so this is not a place where you'll find I don't want to say right.
a common gym situation,
yes. But I shot an email, I was like, hey,
normies.
I am I'm trying to, redo my, restructure my training. I'm trying to have this big comeback. Is there any chance I can come in for personal training? I was trying to find a personal trainer to work me out. And once I went in for my evaluation, they said, you'd probably do pretty good in the NFL class. So I said, all right, let's do it. And we just did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is so cool. Wow. Okay, so you're back. Explain to me the 5-tool player, adding that back into your name and making that a part of this character that you're coming back out with. I'm not a big baseball person. Don't blame me for it.
It's okay.
Go Jays, go. Paul Molitor was the first man that I had a crush on, by the way.
That's a very interesting choice.
I know.
That's a very, very interesting choice.
I really love Paul Molitor. Anyways, explain 5-tool player to me.
Okay, so 5-tool player is a baseball term for a superstar, a player that can hit for power, average, run, field, and throw.
Not Paul Molitor.
Sorry, Paul. He's a very good baseball player, but not a 5-tool player.
Yeah.
But Anthony Bowens is wrestling's 5-tool player, the perfect combination of power, athleticism, intelligence, the look, and the it factor. And the 5-tool player was something that I was doing before AEW. I was a singles wrestler for a very long time before tagging and becoming a member of the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't get a chance to sink my teeth into because the pandemic hit. So now it's an opportunity to really bring that to life, to bring a part of me to life that I'm really excited about and I'm passionate about. And of course, alongside the pride of pro wrestling, which, I love this company. I love representing the company, and they trust me enough to go out and represent it in all of these spaces in the media, whether it's Hollywood and the influencing
you're out there,
space.
man.
I'm trying my best.
You're a red carpet guy.
And it's really cool to to meet a lot of these people in these spaces and be like, hey, check us out on streaming live on Max.
Yeah.
And whether they're aware of it or not, I want to bring more eyes to the product. And of course, it's a kind of a perfect play on words for my LGBTQ plus activism. So it's really exciting to be able to bring these two elements of me and bring it to the camera, bring it to the television screen, because they say, the best parts of you,
Yeah, it's that authenticity.
Yes.
You can feel it, and I can feel that. I mean, I've been able to work with you for a few years now, being able to do a couple different promos here and there. And I mean, you're always great in those moments, but I can feel that you're really locked in
Yes.
to what you're doing right now. Let's talk about the gear that you came out in, because I know that was also a big moment for you. I mean, that was kind of dipping back into your former singles career as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The gear, I wanted it to be a blend of everything that I was doing like throughout my entire career. The chess piece, because before the 5-tool player thing, I did this really interesting Power Rangers type character. It was kind of cringy looking at it going back.
Listen, you got to try things out. You never know what's going to work.
Well, it definitely didn't work. I had this dragon shield that looked like a Mario Kart, like Koopa shell. It was like this foam spongy thing. So I was trying to figure out a way to make it more sporty, combine that with the 5-tool player stuff, combine it with little elements of the Acclaimed. So just combining it all together, and to be able to come out to that reaction in Philadelphia, like, your biggest fear is not so much will they remember you, but will they care when you come back? So I was having so much anxiety about that.
Yeah, talk to me about like knowing that you were going to come out and accept that challenge with Max Caster. Like, what a big moment for you to finally have. You've been gone for 3 months. This new character's coming out. Like, what was going through your mind those moments before your music hit? Or even on your flight out to Philadelphia? I mean, I know when you're packing your bag and thinking about how this is all going to go, like, what was going on?
A lot of excitement.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement, because I've been dreaming and manifesting this moment for a very long time. Like, a return with the song, with the Underground by Jane's Addiction, a packed arena in a scenario where no one knows who's going to come out, and visualizing that in my head every day. I'm very big on visualizing things. That's how I feel like I've accomplished a lot of the things in my life, is just kind of sitting down and picturing what it would like. Even back in college when I was trying to walk on to Seton Hall University baseball, I would sit at the field and I would picture myself in center field, like making plays. I'd picture myself at the plate. And then I found myself 3 months later, one of two people out of 40 that tried out making the team. So that method has always worked for me. So I implement that every single day. I think that song was #1 on my Spotify Wrapped, played like 500 times last year, because I would just listen to it doing cardio.
Nothing like being called out for like, you want to play this song again? Yes, please.
So everything went absolutely perfect. My family was there. There was a lot of people, a lot of special people there that made the night incredible. So I was very happy with it, and it's definitely top 3 moments of my career.
Ooh, wait, what are the other 2?
Winning the tag titles for the first time, and then biggest scissor party on earth at Wembley Stadium.
Hell yeah.
Winning the trios titles.
Yes. All right, let's talk about Max Caster and the Acclaimed.
Do we have to?
Just a little bit. The
really
people need to know. What was like the beginning of the end for you guys?
I think there was an attitude switch at some point where a lot of the everyday activities that we were doing became more about himself. It became more about his raps. It became more about he's the best wrestler alive. And I don't really vibe with that. Yeah. We're a team. We accomplished everything together as a team. We built each other up. We have Billy guiding us, and he was getting disrespectful to Billy. I'll say I don't hate him. I don't really have a reason to hate him. Like, it's almost kind of like a sibling that, he's your brother, but at the same time, you want nothing to do with him because he's got his head up his ass. I wish him the best of luck. I hope he accomplishes whatever it is he sets out to accomplish, but I don't want him near me.
Yeah.
I've got my own things I'm worried about. We had a great run together. We are, in my opinion, the best tag team in the history of this company. We had the most wins. We were the longest reigning trios champion. We got tag team wins. We accomplished what we needed to. We've beaten every top team in the company. We proved our point. So now we got to prove our point as single. So best of luck to you, Max. Do what you got to do.
When we were doing the press conference, you had mentioned, sort of like briefly or offhandedly, about some of the trouble that he was sort of causing you, whether it was like things he was saying in his raps or some of the stuff he was saying online. Was that becoming a big issue of feeling like you had to like, oh my gosh, I've got to salvage the situation and try to like smooth things over a little bit, because that can be exhausting.
Yes. I don't know how far I want to get into it,
Sure.
but there's a lot of times throughout our stint together where I would get the questions of, what is he doing? Why did he say this? And I'm like, I don't know, ask him.
Yeah.
You know, I would get the brunt of everything. Like, actually, a perfect example, at least on screen, was when he said that rap about you.
That's
and
right.
Your lovely husband punched me in the face for it, and he didn't get beat
Sorry.
up. So
It's a great name for a podcast, by the way. But anyways.
So that was a perfect representation of kind of our dynamic over the course of those 5 years. He would say all this stuff, I would have to bear the load and save him and make sure that he was okay. So I was a very, very good friend and a very good tag partner, which I think hurts even more that he started acting this way.
Right. All right, so now you are off, you're doing your own thing. Singles run is ahead of you right now. How differently do you have to think about things, whether it's going out to the ring? You've just spoken about how much time and effort you've put into your own presentation, but this is a big deal to be going out on your own. I mean, I know you were doing it on the indies for some time, but I mean, when you're wrapped up in all of this for the last 5 years, now it's all just you. How are you thinking about things differently?
There's definitely the element of training that we talked about, because I don't have that opportunity of tagging out. Like, hey, maybe I'm a little tired here. Let me tag out to Max. I don't have that anymore. I don't have that backup outside of Billy, but Billy can only do so much because we can't get disqualified.
Right.
So I have to really rethink my strategy in the ring. I have to rethink my training. I have to rethink my moveset, because there are a lot of moves that I eliminated once I became a tag team competitor, because you know, your strength is as a duo. So I'm trying to focus on tag team moves. So I have to figure out and remember the stuff that I used to do. It's going to be a challenge. This is the most elite roster on earth. Like I said in the promo on Collision the other night, like, I don't need a government trademark to prove to people why I'm the best. I'm just going to go out every single week and continue learning and continue getting better and continue to prove why I'm elite and why I belong on this roster.
I've also heard you mention the importance of wanting to be the first gay champion here in AEW. Talk to me about why that's something that you really want to represent and step up and be the guy to do that.
I did not have that type of representation growing up. Nobody that I could relate to. Maybe there were like bits and pieces here and there, but there wasn't anybody that was presented as a champion, presented as a threat. You know, LGBT characters usually were used as like comedic fodder and as a joke. And I'm trying to show people that you could just be yourself and go out to the ring and have fun and be successful. And that's the way I go about my activism, is showing up successfully every week and just being myself. So I think having that representation for folks that didn't have, or that don't have it, is super important. And I'm very confident that I can get the job done. I have to keep working hard, and I'm excited to hopefully make that moment come true.
Hell yeah. Well, Bowens, I'm so happy to have you back. Cannot wait to see how this all pans out for you and see how that training pays off for you out there.
I feel pretty good.
You look good.
Thank you.